Well, it is race day. We are at Volusia, and we got here at 4. Unloaded the car, set up merch. Had to go talk about our race. Drivers meeting. Get a transponder, and just got back, got dressed. Mark's putting on a new tire, and I got 7 minutes to get motor heat and get on the track. So here we go. Well, we finished the heat, started first, finished first. Won by a pretty good margin, I guess. But now they're out there doing track prep. They did an 8-car invert, so we start 7th in the heat in the feature, and we're going to see what we can do. Car feels pretty good. We're putting a bunch of adjustments on it, and just over here signing some stuff. Man, looks like this guy's about to buy a wing panel, so that's good for us. We sold 2 tonight already. So, like I say, man, you gotta run good in the heat races and you sell more t-shirts. So mom's slinging them over here. She's got some help, and I'm gonna do a couple of things and then get back over there to the pit crew and get ready, get my helmet on and get focused.
Volusia Speedway Park. Give them a big wave and they're waving to you. They're going to put on a show for your race fans.
Well, the night of Volusia's done. We've got the car and the trailer in one piece. Feature didn't, go the way we would want it to go, right? We would definitely want to be a little bit more successful than that with the field that was there. We ended up finishing 4th by like 6 inches to Jake McLean in a 305. Under horsepower by a couple hundred horsepower, but Volusia got slick. It was not a motor track, it was a car track. And obviously Jake ran a good race. He started on the pole and he fell back to like 7th and ended up with 3rd. Some of the guys got aggressive on fuel. We finished 4th, but we had like 3 cars run out of fuel at the end. And I mean, I don't think I've ever had the wing trunked the way it was last night. It was in the back. I had it slid as far back as I could get it. And the last like 3 laps, I just kind of full sailed to the top. I figured if Jaden was out front that he had to be hitting the top somewhere, so I just full sailed it out there, and it was better than what I was trying to do in the bottom and the middle near the end of the race. I wish I would have done that a little sooner. And I have things that I want to do if I go back in similar conditions. The car was just tough. It was very, very tricky, very, very slick. And you could run all over the track. Early in the feature, you could like slide yourself and like enter in the middle and then stay like 3 cars off the wall. And there was like a grip patch that was there that, eventually went away because a lot of cars found it, right? And 3 and 4, the bottom was kind of there, but it wasn't. And I don't know. I struggled in 3 and 4. Coming off 4 is so tricky there. You'll see in many times of the video, like just coming out and just the car stepping out. You're trying to get it straight and keep it a little lower on the straightaway, trying to find bite, but it was just tough. If you enter too low, it wants you to push tight coming off the corner. And I don't know if I just was overdriving it, if we need to detune the motor a little bit for those conditions. Change stagger, be a little more aggressive with it. Change ride heights, be a little more aggressive with it. Definitely gonna have some talks about this one. I don't believe we're gonna run with ASCS at Volusia in February. After last year, I said, we shouldn't. But they changed the dirt, and it's actually a lot of fun to race. But we just got to make sure the finances make it right. If we get somebody who will sponsor the car for those races, we'll probably race them. But, I mean, a sponsorship for those races is going to be like $6,000 a night just for those 3 races, because it's very hard to make profit at the track. The gate costs are all high. I mean, last night, Braden here, this little guy, he was full price to get in the pits at World Racing Group tracks, just like we're racing with the Outlaws, just like ASCS. I can't just leave him at home for a few days. He's got to come. And if they're $40, $50 a night, that's, I think last year was almost $200 to take him by himself to the track. And then I didn't make it. The night 1, I was in the C main, $100. Night 2, I was in the B main, $100. Night 3, I was in the B main, $100. When we finished like 7th in the B main, they only transferred 4. But we really got to put our finances together. We only got 1 motor right now. The other one's out, but I don't know what we're going to do with it when we get it back. But back to last night. We had a great time. Went out in the heat, finally had a good pill draw, and started on the pole and won by a big margin. Got all the fans nice and excited. We dropped the cost of the damaged wing panels last night. We had them at $100. The Outlaws usually sell them for about $200. Hold on. There we go. That looks good. The Outlaws sell their wing panels for about $200, so I figured, hey, maybe I'm half the driver they are. And apparently that's not the case, because we hadn't sold them yet. Last night we put I think we had 3 wing panels in the trailer. We put them at $50 a piece instead of $100, and we sold all 3 of them in one night. I do have 2 wing panels that we're going to bring to Alltech that are from these other cars, a left and a right, and or from the last two wrecks. So we'll be able to re-up what's in the trailer. Maybe we'll make it $75, aim in the middle of the 150 and see if we sell those. But there's a lot of excited people last night at the track. Signed a bunch of autographs. A lot of people think I should be racing at a much higher level than I am right now. And if I had the funding, maybe. But unfortunately, I'm a 37-year-old dad of 3, and I have to have a job Monday through Friday, because I can tell you, looking at the books, we lose a whole lot more money than we win. So without sponsorship, this bus does not keep rolling. And speaking of bus, that one's got to go into the shop here soon. She's still smoking. Runs great, but smokes. So I don't know. That's going to be pretty expensive to fix too. But it's almost time for the Tim Gruball Sprint Car Showdown. If you don't know about it, research it. It's all over Facebook and all over stuff. I'm promoting the race for the 2nd year, and we're going to be at Alltech. Right now it's $4,000 to win. 360 guys, come on down here, man. Come down here and try to take our money. It's going to be an awesome event. Last year I was able to win the first, but I can tell you, with the people that I know that are coming, ooh, it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be an excellent event, and I think it's going to get slick, just kind of like Volusia did last night. So you 305 guys and LS guys, come on down. Only thing is we just have to have Hoosiers all the way around the car. So we'll be making that announcement today. And me and little man are out here. He's getting some fresh air. He loves being outside and loves being out here by the shop. So we are getting the cooler ready. Got to be a family man today. It's my brother's stepdaughter's 16th birthday. So we're going over there for a crab broil, crawfish broil. We'll see. See if these white people put enough seasoning in there, you know what I mean? But all in all, it was a successful night. We were not as fast as we would have liked. We finished 4th, but finishing 4th looks a lot better than it felt. Track was definitely tricky. It was definitely slick, and I think that's a good Volusia. I think the speed weeks that are coming up with the Outlaws and the ASCS and the late models and everything, I think Volusia is back. Volusia is back. It is going to be some awesome racing during speed weeks. If you are on the fence on coming down here, I think you need to jump off that fence and land in Florida, because, oh man, that is like the most frustrating fun that I've had in a while. And we're definitely gonna write down some notes and make some changes for when we go back. But I think we could have a rocket ship. Volusia, please race us a few more times next year. I think if we can get like 4 races there during the year with like Topgun, it would help give us locals a home field advantage, so that when you brought in all the big time guys, we would show up and race, because we would actually have a step on them. You know, we can't really have too big of a step. Them guys race 60, 80 times a year. So they see so much. They're just so good and they're so smooth. But we need to have track time at the same place to be able to be really comfortable in the car at those events. So that's what we used to be at East Bay. Used to see a lot of local guys do very well at East Bay. And that's just because we had laps at East Bay. So we showed up there and we had seen so many track conditions that we were just comfortable at the track. We were just comfortable at speed. And we need that at Volusia. It was really good that it's not a motor track right now, but we definitely need to make it just a little bit, you know, we need to race a little bit more to make it better for us. So I can't thank everybody that helped me enough. Without their help, I couldn't do this. I have Rhino Roofing, Sirocco Electric, Crossroad, Interlock and Brick Paving, Countryside Arabian Farm, Chris Moss with the technical support. Whenever we need it, he's got the cooler open.
Chris Moss with being whenever he's there, whenever I ask a question. And Drew with 8740 suspension. He knocked these shocks out in less than a week, got them to us. We sent all 12 back to get re-dynoed and fixed and make sure that we were all good. Wesley for helping, make the car a little bit better. Mark Rule showed up last night with Amanda and his dad, and definitely were a lot of help on getting us on the track at time. Of course, Lenny, Ashley, always there making sure that we're doing what we got to do. Mom in the merch tent. And Maddie was not at the racetrack, but he helped us get this thing done this week in the shop, and I appreciate you, dude. And then some of the co-workers from Sirocco showed up. Hope they had fun, and I'll talk to them tomorrow at work and make sure they're coming to the race in 2 weeks. I think Florida Sprint Car Racing definitely is on the up and up. Talked to some sponsors at Volusia last night, and I think they're going to try to get us there a couple more times next year, which would be nothing but beneficial to us, especially with that type of racetrack. It's not I don't think it's a motor killer, even though it is still hard on equipment. It's a half mile. It is what it is. But it definitely puts a lot more driver and car in the handling of it. So thanks for watching. See you at the next one. Later.